If you're anywhere near a coast, take a moment to look out at the ocean. What do you see? Waves gently rolling in and out, rhythmically crashing against the sand, or maybe even building into towering breakers. The tides are a powerful force of nature that shapes our planet and dictates life for many creatures who call the coast home. But did you know that without the moon, all of that would cease to exist? In fact, the moon is responsible for 80% of the energy that drives the tides we see every day. During a new or full moon, the sun and the moon line up with Earth, combining their gravitational forces to make extra high tides called spring tides. When the sun and moon are at right angles to each other during the first and third quarter, winters would be just as intense, with the pole tilting 40 degrees away from the sun. The moon keeps Earth in orbit around the sun and also protects us from incoming asteroids. From keeping our planet stable to driving the tides, the moon is essential for life on Earth. It also inspires art, culture, and wonder in those who look up at its beauty. No matter where you are in the universe, the moon is a constant that helps guide us. But what would you do if one day you looked up and saw it was gone? If you want to learn more about our planetary neighbor, check out our video, The Moon, a Giant Space Rock, or watch this video instead. While small rocks burn up in our atmosphere, larger ones can get through and cause chaos. About 300 million years ago, a rock about 5 kilometers wide smashed into what is now the Yucatan Peninsula. In Mexico, the impact wiped out nearly all life on Earth, paving the way for mammals to take over. Some scientists believe that Earth's moon was actually a Mars-sized planet that got knocked off course and crashed into our planet. Could it be that the moon saved us from extinction? Maybe. With no moon, we wouldn't have a natural satellite to deflect asteroids away from Earth. So it's lucky we have it. Such drastic temperature shifts would wreak havoc on our climate. Plants and animals couldn't adapt quickly enough and would face mass extinction. Humans would struggle to survive, too, needing heavy coats in July and sunscreen in January. Even our calendar would change because the length of days and years would be completely different. Without the moon, we'd need to rethink everything we know about time. Moons, their gravitational forces partially cancel each other out, resulting in lower high tides and higher low tides called neap tides. With no moon, we'd still experience roughly half of the tidal range we do now, caused by the sun's gravitational pull alone. But those tides wouldn't be nearly as predictable or reliable. Over millions of years, Earth and the Moon's gravitational relationship has created a unique rhythm of rising and falling waters that all living things along the coast have come to rely on. Without that, entire ecosystems would collapse and life as we know it would cease to exist. And if Earth lost its moon, there would be some serious consequences. Just take a spin in your car down a bumpy road and you'll see what happens. When something gets knocked off its axis, your vehicle will swerve in an attempt to stay on course. Now imagine that road is the path of our planet's orbit around the sun. Our Earth wobbles slightly as it travels, and the moon helps keep us in check. Thanks to its gravity, Earth's tilt stays fairly consistent at around 23 degrees. That means that over millions of years, The sun's rays hit the same parts of Earth at roughly the same time each year, giving us seasons and making life possible. If Earth didn't have a stabilizing force like the moon, our planet could flip over or even crash into the sun. Without the moon, our axis could tilt wildly, which would bring some major changes. In this video, we're going to explore what would happen if the moon suddenly vanished from the Earth's night sky. Keep watching to find out why the moon is such an important part of life on our planet. Earth has one big, round satellite. We know it as the moon. But do we really know how big a role it plays in our everyday lives? Aside from being the reason for a beautiful night sky full of wonder and dreams, the moon influences us more than you might think. Take the tides, for example. Every day, Earth experiences to high tides and to low tides due to the gravitational pull of both the moon and the sun. Because the moon is closer to Earth than the sun, however, it has a much stronger influence on our oceans. When the moon is directly overhead, its gravity pulls water towards it, forming a bulge in the ocean. As Earth rotates, different locations pass under that bulge, experiencing high tide. A second smaller bulge forms on the opposite side of the Earth due to inertia. So while the moon may not be as massive as the sun, it has a bigger impact on the tides. On average, the moon raises global sea levels by about 20 centimeters. That may not sound like much, but those tides allow many species to survive. Creatures like crabs and clams can travel from the ocean to land to lay their eggs. Fish use tides to travel between saltwater and freshwater habitats. And animals like dolphins and whales use the tides to hunt for food. People depend on the tides. To about 1/8 of the world's population lives in coastal areas and depends on the tides. For fishing, they also shape our shorelines and recycle nutrients in coastal ecosystems. But without the moon, all of that would stop. The moon isn't the only thing affecting our tides. The sun does play a role, too. But that's not all the moon gives us. It helps keep Earth stable, too. During the summer in the northern hemisphere, the North Pole could tilt as far as 40 degrees towards the sun, leading to extreme heat. But Earth's loss wouldn't stop there. Losing the moon would send rocks hurtling through space, putting the entire solar system in danger. You might think the moon doesn't affect us much, but it's clear that's not true.